You know what? Let's go ahead. Can we go ahead and do the clip with the Cornel West?
Every morning on American Morning, and this is the question we asked our viewers this morning. Do the poor share responsibility for our economic woes? And I got to tell you, I'm just going to read you a response, and then, Tavis, maybe you can respond to this. This is from Stacy. She says, welfare in theory was a good thing, but it's become a way of life for generations. The poor actually have it better than the middle class. Tavis, do you think there's any real understanding about who the poor are in this country?
So the poor have it better than the middle class.
So let me just say, so what the poor needs, so what the middle class needs to do is lose some money. And then things will be going a little bit better for them. That's what they need.
Now, are there people abusing the welfare system? Absolutely. But to portray that is that is the central problem, and that is the overwhelming majority of people is so...
Well, here's the bigger problem. The bigger problem is if you could just play the beginning of that, JR, that clip again, and then stop it after, I'll tell you when.
Every morning on American Morning, and this is the question we asked our viewers this morning. Do the poor share responsibility for our economic woes? And
Okay, stop it right there. That's the question. That's the question the CNN news anchor asked her viewers. Do the poor bear responsibility for our economic woe? That's the question she asked. Not like, hey, how many Wall Street people do you think ought to be in jail over this? Hey, by the way, how many people in the news media do you think should lose their job because they completely missed an economic meltdown that I saw coming in 2005? I saw it coming in 2005, and I'm a comedian. They're in the business of it, and they didn't see it coming.
Or are campaign contributions poisoning democracy?
Right. No, the question they want to know is, hey, you know the people with no money and no power? Shouldn't they get a kick in the teeth right now? Aren't they really responsible? The people with no money and no power.
The only question, Jimmy, they should be kicked in the teeth. Should it be done with a nice Italian loafer?
Oh,
that is really the only question that remains.
Carol Costello is her name. Carol Costello. So I found it out. So can we go to the... So she keeps that. That's the question she asks her viewers. Are the poor making... Okay, so let's go to clip number... let's go to 14.
But Cornel, let me put it this way. Cornel, the Heritage Foundation, this is a conservative organization, they did this study. They say the poor in America today are unlike the poor in America years ago. In fact, most of the poor in America live in a decent house. They have TVs, they have microwave ovens, they even have a refrigerator. So what are they complaining about?
Can you cut it?
Wow. Shouldn't it have just stopped at a study of the poor done by the Heritage Foundation? Why do you even go a second past that?
Well, there's the next problem, Paul. So the Carol Costello, the journalist, who is she questioned? So here's Cornel West and Tavis Smiley. They're trying to raise awareness to help the poor in this depression. And who does she come after? Who does she lean her journalistic skeptical eye towards? Them. Not the Heritage Foundation study. She's not skeptical of that. She's skeptical of them who are trying to focus our country's attention on the needs of the poor and middle class. She's skeptical of them. She's not skeptical of and that's why we went into Iraq. We're still in Afghanistan. The banks melted down, ruined our economy. You lost your job to oversee third world slave laborers. That's why. Because Carol Campbell and corporate tools like her don't question the Heritage Foundation, but they question Tavis Smiley and Cornel West when they're trying to focus our attention in the middle of a depression on the poor and the middle class.